My name is Pete Johnson, and I'm an assistant professor here in the Ecology and Evolutionary Biology department. I'd say my field of study is disease ecology and invasion biology, and our group does that primarily in aquatic ecosystems, so freshwater, things like ponds, lakes, streams, those sort of habitats. I first got interested in biology because of family vacations to the beach, and I would spend a lot of time hanging out in the tide pools. And I think just the biological diversity of those environments really got me interested in what biology was all about and how to study it. Sort of dreams of, being Jacques Cousteau kind of thing, which have evolved over the years and taken me more toward being interested in ecological questions. I'm currently working on a variety of projects related to disease and biological invasions. A good chunk of our current work involves amphibian ecology, and we're working on different diseases, parasites, pathogens that attack amphibians, including trematode parasites that cause limb deformities in frogs. So we get frogs developing with too many limbs or too few limbs as a result of this infection. We're also studying other pathogens like Batrachochytrium, which is an emerging fungus, and it's actually causing die-offs of frogs, not just here in Colorado, but in fact across many parts of the world. The parasite we work on is a naturally occurring organism. It's not invasive. And chances are that it's been causing these kind of malformations for thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of years. Although they're naturally occurring pathogens, things that humans do and changes in the environment can greatly influence the amount of infection. Amphibians as a group of vertebrates are actually the most threatened group of vertebrates on the planet. There's probably been 200 species that have gone extinct over the last half century, and now current estimates, depending on who you listen to, is that about 40% of all known amphibians are declining. And that's really dramatic. That's starting to push half of all known species suffering some kind of population loss. The reason why that's important, some people care about frogs, some people don't, but I suspect that what's happening to amphibians is sort of emblematic of what's going on with conservation of many species, not just aquatic ones, but terrestrial ones as well. So I think if you can get a better handle on those mechanisms in one group, those lessons carry over and apply to other groups as well. Say the best answer is to get involved with a lab here on campus. There are a variety of labs that are working on conservation-related topics. Most, if not all of those labs are always looking for really talented, really motivated undergraduates like we have here at CU. So I think the advice that I would give is to find a lab that's working on a topic that interests you and set up a meeting with that professor, with the grad students, or whomever is working in the lab. Tell them what you're interested in and just volunteer as a starting point to get involved. That can build on toward students being involved in their own honors thesis, perhaps pursuing a master's degree, writing their own publishable manuscript, or just being involved in an on-the-ground conservation project. And I think all of those are great opportunities, great possibilities here at CU that students can pursue.